I'm generally known as a very forthright priest because why? I say it as it is. So when you normally do that, you generally get a lot of people that don't like you. It happens. But my Gurudev, the late His Holiness Krishnara Swami, told me, beta, many years ago in the early 90s, I want you to be a Singha Pundit in the future, meaning a lion priest. He quoted me the verse from the Rig Veda. And he mentions there that Dharma protects those who protect Dharma. So if you're quoting from Shastra and source, what you should be scared about? Hinduism is so beautiful that there's so many different sects. How are we to say what I'm doing is right and what you are doing is wrong? We have to respect each other. And Hinduism is not a religion. The word Hindu is not even a word in our scriptures. Maybe shocking to some of you. All the other religions have been created by somebody. But the proper terminology of Hinduism is Sanatana Dharma, the eternal way of life. It has no beginning, it will have no end. Remember that. In the early years of my preaching, my guru already knew that I knew a bit about Shastra. But I was a bit arrogant. You know, when you're young, you think nobody's like you. You're the man. So he called me up one day, beta, you're a very arrogant child. All these years of you studying, you have learned nothing because you're a fool. Now, you know, when you're young, you think, hey, this man talking to me like that. I know so much. He told me, beta, as you study, you realize how little you know in this world. The more you study, it shows how little you know. I've been studying for almost 36 years. Trust me, I haven't even, and I'm not being humble, I haven't even scratched the surfaces yet. That's how much there is to be learned. That's why my guru always said, the more you learn, the more humble you become. Knowledge if you have little knowledge, you rather keep quiet and listen to those that are more knowledgeable and learn. Once you have that knowledge, enough adequate knowledge, Srila Prabhupada said this very clearly. Milk is pure, but when it's touched by the lips of a snake, it becomes poisonous. So if you have little knowledge and you want to start giving kathas, oh, be careful. You can easily mislead the public. And when you're saying something, all the articles that I compiled, remember, I don't belong to any religious organization per se. This is why I can write what I can write. Because you got to have a free mind, a free thought. And the thing is about Shastra is that it's so beautiful. Hinduism is so beautiful. If you have the right person to disseminate the knowledge to, if you have somebody. In today's katha, I don't like criticizing any pandits, gurus, and the like. That's not the way I work. We should respect even an ant, what to speak of anybody in this world. That's me. One of my my Diksha Guru is Holiness Krishnara Swami Maharaj. He's late now, a few years ago. He is my Diksha Guru. Diksha Guru means he gives you a name and a Brahman thread. But I have a lot of Shiksha Gurus, and one of my Shiksha Gurus, the late great Pandit H.R. Maharaj. Wow. I was very fortunate to have studied under him at his home. And one of his very famous quotes was, beta, for a believer, there is no need of proof. For a non-believer, no matter what you're going to say to that person, they're not going to believe you. So don't try to bust your head or break your head to tell somebody, oh, this is my way. There's no my way or the highway. We have free thought in Hinduism or Sanatana Dharma. Respect somebody. And this is what I always say to everyone. I'm not a religious person. Whoa. Then what are you? I'm a spiritual person. So what's the difference between a religious person and a spiritual person? A spiritual person is sitting down here and thinking about how we can serve the Lord in a beautiful way. A religious person could be there in a lake fishing, sorry, it's a bad terminology, fishing, but a person who is religious, okay, I got this wrong, let me go again. A religious person is sitting down here but thinking of being in a lake and is doing some fishing. A spiritual person is in a lake fishing but thinking about being in a temple and thinking about Bhagwan. Big difference. Remember, if you fast for Navaratri for 9 days, I'm very happy for you. Don't go post it on Facebook now. Then you basically massaging your ego. If you donated 10 handa biryani, very happy for you. Nobody needs to know about it. 20th of March is a very important day. What is 20th of March? Equinox. Lots of people asking, Panditji, how can I change my karma for the good? From bad to good? Charity, people. Charity, I'm a huge fan of charity. Now, charity doesn't mean giving food. Charity means picking up the phone. Priya Bhaiya, I heard you're sick. Are you okay, Bhaiya? I'm okay. That's charity. Charity means giving somebody a lift. Charity doesn't mean giving money only. There's many ways of charity. Being nice. One of my best beliefs is that do good and be good to anybody. When we help somebody, they can be of a different religious organization or whatever it is, but be nice, smile. You generally don't find Indian people smiling. I'm from Durban, so you go to Gateway. You find those people not very happy. They're all looking so glum. I mean, Indian people, glum. I'm always smiling because number one, I'm happy. I'm alive. You find when you come for satsangs, all looking at the priest or the speaker so serious. I'm like, sitting for a prayer. I hated prayers growing up. Number one, I was absolutely scared of our Pandit. He was a strict disciplinarian. You can't even look this way, he'll scold you. I had back problems after the prayer because, it was boring. I hated prayers. I had a bad impression of prayers when I grew up. And I said, if I become a Pandit or a priest one day when I grow up, I want to make prayers exciting. Where when young children see me, they want to be like, wow, we're going to have good prayers today. They might be rubbing their hands. When you sit for a prayer and you're looking all glum and miserable, you are exuding negative vibrations and you're bringing the vibrations of the prayer down. It's all about vibrations, everyone. If you're looking and smiling and being happy in a prayer, you're bringing the vibration of the prayer up. Isn't that better? Smile. Smiling is so nice. You know the whole thing, when you smile, it takes less energy, muscles, than when you frown. Indian people are generally known as miserable people. Come on, we should change our perception of where we are. Be happy. We Hindus, remember, we are mother worshippers. There's the mother here, so I was so happy to see Bandi Mata. Bandi Mata. So happy to see her. When I see her, I just get happy. The mother's here. Remember, everyone, every morning when you wake up, it's important and imperative to first light your lamp. I'm a huge fan of Mata Pita, Guru Deva. So if you've been doing this way, it's correct. You firstly light your lamp in the morning. Not jal, lamp in the morning. When you light your lamp, you're invoking Mother Lakshmi to brighten up your house. Not jal first, lamp first. After you light your lamp first, then you go outside with your jal. And you offer jal to who? Surya Narayan. Who's Narayan? Mother Lakshmi's husband, Mata Pita. Thereafter, To me, a guru is very loosely termed these days. But you get the soccer pundits and this and that. You get them. Very loosely termed. To me, a guru is not somebody, just any ordinary person. A guru, personally to me, should only have 2 pair of clothes, no bank balance, no house, no desires. How many gurus that can we find in this world today? That's why don't call me guru. Oh, I get upset. I don't like people bowing down to me. Whoa. Not that I'm, trying to be humble. But for somebody to bow down to you, you have to reach a certain level of purity. Certain level of, spiritual highness. We just can't go bow down to anybody. That's why I don't like touching somebody's, and why we shake hands. I got an OCD issue, right? So I don't know if you wash your hands or not. So I normally got a thing to wipe my hands, got a Sheldon issue. So remember, energy and vibration is so important in this world. So after we chant Hanuman Chalisa, to me a guru is Hanumanji. 2 pair of clothes, he has no money, no house, and his only thing in this design in this world is to serve Shri Ram, birth after birth after birth after birth. And once you chant Hanuman Chalisa, then Hanumanji takes you and leaves you by the feet of Sita Ram. Mata Pita Guru Devam. Please do this daily. So many people ask me, your daughter? Panditji, can you make a tabij for my daughter? Okay, I'm a bit, tabij and everything, I'm a bit, Why should somebody charge you 500 to 1,000 or 2,000 rand to make a tabij? I'm a very DIY person. The best tabij you can wear daily is to chant Hanuman Chalisa. Somebody died in a house, so what? Got my menses, so what? Or ate meat, so what? Okay, what other issues do you have? First thing in the morning, Hanuman Chalisa. You don't have time. Play it on your phone. What are the issues you got? Come on. We Hindus, make a plan. First thing in the morning, Hanuman Chalisa. Hanumanji, you be my protector for the day. Which, imagine having a 2-meter high giant walking behind you. Won't you want that bodyguard in your life? Smile. Oh, very good, thank you. Won't you want to have that bodyguard in your life? Stop giving other people your energy and making them important. Give importance to the most powerful guru of all time. Our Hanumanji. Okay, I'm a huge Hanumanji fan. You don't have to twist my arm to praise Hanumanji. Because he is the greatest. And remember, he's just a servant of Shri Ram. And yet he is the greatest. So please everyone, every morning it's your duty to chant Hanuman Chalisa. Panji, can you open book for me? Open, Kundali. Famous. So, yes, you can open book by a priest or by an astrologer and so forth. Do you know what's the best Graha Shanti in the world? Chanting Hanuman Chalisa daily. Do you know that? Really? Yeah. So, the Navagrahas was handcuffed and tied down in Lanka by Ravan. When Hanumanji saved them, the 9 planets owed them their life to him. So when he flew them over to Rameshwaram, the Navagraha said, Hanuman, whatever your desire is, please tell us. Hanumanji said, what you got to give me? I'm worshipping Shri Ram. What more better can you give me than I'm worshipping my Shri Ram? See what his desire is, to serve Lord Ram. He didn't want, when you do something for somebody, remember it should be between Bhagwan, the person you helped, and you, 3 of you. You don't need to post it on Facebook. Really, why are you promoting your ego? Now, so today is Sunday. So Surya Bhagwan said, Hanuman, if anybody prays to you on my day, Suryavar, Sunday, I won't harm the person. So if you got a sun planet troubling you in your life at the moment, and you chant Hanuman Chalisa, Surya Bhagwan can't trouble you. Tomorrow Monday, Chandravar, chant Hanuman Chalisa. Hanumanji, please protect me from the 9 planets. Guess what? Chandradev can't harm you. Okay, the most feared of all, Shani Bhagwan, yesterday. Do you know if you pray to Hanumanji, Shani Bhagwan can't trouble you? So what's the best Navagraha Shanti prayers to do? Chant Hanuman Chalisa daily. I'm not going to make you fast for this days and that days. Keep it sweet and simple, people. Isn't Sanatana Dharma so beautiful? Yet who complicates it? Because we think the more praise we do, the better it is for us. Less is more, people. That's my adage. Do prayers in quality instead of quantity. That's important for me. And I'm a very 2018 kind of priest. You know, I'm a modern sort of priest because why? Come on, there's so many other things you can do. Help others. Somebody is battling in their life, go and help them out. Remember, if you have a daughter or if you have a son, everything good you do in your life as a parent goes to your child. So there's a thing in astrology called Matri Dosh and Pitri Dosh. You heard of that? So Pitri Dosh is the curses of the father falls onto the child. So when a father does something stupid, who's suffering? The child. And who the parents blame? How can Bhagwan do this to my child? I'm so holy. Really now? Are you holy now? Really now? Are you? Be nice. Help other people, because when you're helping other people in this world, you're helping your child end of the day. That's what I do. People ask me, Panji, you help so many people and so you're so selfless. I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Because whatever I'm doing for my child. I'm doing for my Arjun. That's what I'm doing. I'm helping people. Because the more I'm helping people in my life, I'm helping my child. Now, I am being selfish, I'll be honest. I own up to that. But as parents, remember when you have a child, you have a 24 or 26, depending now, the degree now, right? You have a 24 or 26 year commitment to your child. How old are you, baby? Oh, you got a long way to go. So when you have a child, degrees can take 24 to 26 years. For the next 24 or 26 years, you don't have a life. Do you know that as parents? Your duty is to your child. That child never asked to become in this world. And if you don't do that as a duty, you failed in your dharma. Because you brought the child into this world. And your duty is to make your child as God conscious as possible. Isn't that nice? Now, I spoke about the smiling when in prayers. Remember, when you're performing a prayer, the more you smile, the more positivity you're exuding in this world. I can see you smiling now. Thank you. Right? So, another thing is that with satsangs, you'll notice some clap, some do not clap. Do you know how important it is? A lot of people, especially the females, generally go to one palm reader. Okay, I've got no issues against palm readers. But remember, every time you come for the satsang and you clap like this, your life hands, all your negative life lines on your hand changes for the better. It happened to me, so I'm talking from experience. So every time you come for a prayer, clap like this, and clap like mad, clap the whole time. Because as you're clapping, you're changing all your life hands for the worse to the better. That's how you change your karma. As I told you, next month on the 20th is equinox. Whatever you donate on that day is multiplied 400,000 times. So if you're donating 1 loaf of bread, you're donating 400,000 loaves of bread. Who is saying this? Our Shri Krishna is saying this too, Shri Arjun, in the Bhavishya Uttara Upanishad. Also you'll notice, there's Bandi Mata. She's making like this. So some of you know Reiki. Yeah? Reiki, healing. So we use the hand. In the center of the hand, there's a major chakra point here. There's a lot of chakra points in your palm. In here, there's a chakra point. And as you're praying, Ma Durga is making it is Avishman Bhava, beta. Avishman Bhava, beti, for praying to me. So as you're clapping, remember, you're clapping like this and you're changing the vibrations of your palm. When you change the vibration of your palm, it changes from bad to good. On Deepika, we have discussed two major subjects, very controversial. The topic about menstruation and the topic about widows. Who are widows here? Raise your hand. 1, 2, that's all. Okay. So later on we're going to talk about widows. But Deepika has done an article on a widow. You're going to be happy because why? On Deepika, we are always promoting women. Always. Now don't get happy, ladies. The only reason why I've done this is because of my Aji. I was brought up in a very matriarchal-based family. My Aji took care of me from the time I was small. And she always told me that mother worship is the highest worship. When you're getting hurt and you get cut, do you say, Dad? Who says Dad? Everybody says, Ma. And when you say, when you say an oath, do we say, or what do we say? Satti Ma, isn't it? So it's always the mother. Mother, 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 mother. So in a household, remember, in a family that prays to the mother and worships the mother, that family is most potent. In a household, when you have a mother that's very strong, that household, because remember when you have a strong mother, you have a mother is like a circle around the family and the father and the children are in the center. When something bad happens in the family, the mother is affected first. When you have a strong mother or a wife, she is the one that's actually protecting the family from getting harmed. 99% of the time, who emails me? The wife, the mother, not the husband. Very rarely you get that. Because when there's something wrong, the wife or the mother is always, Paniji, please open book. Please do this, we got a problem, isn't it? So when you have a good mother, when you have a strong mother, you have a strong family. That's why in Islam it says, under the feet of the mother lies the kingdom of heaven. Christianity teaches that we should honor our parents. Hinduism teaches Mata Pita Guru Devam. So please understand, the most important person in your life should be your mother. My mother's crazy. Well, you should be happy she's crazy. A mother that is not crazy, you should be very worried. If a mother has couple nuts missing in her head, you should be very happy to have that kind of mother. Because that kind of mother means she cares about her family, isn't it? And I'm not ashamed to say this, but when I was 16 last, my mom whacked me. Whoa, she didn't hold back. I had marks for a couple years on my back, I must say. But she told me one day, Beta, you'll thank me for that. And I thank her for it now, because why? She always taught me that a good mother has the best interest for her family, children and family. Fathers take a backseat basically, but mothers are very important in this world. You have an issue with your mother, go and apologize to her, because she knows better. Only when you become a mother, then you realize, what a good job my mom did for me. First question, what happens to the soul and body when a person dies or when an animal dies? So, the animal first. When an animal passes away, it goes straight from death to Yamalok, same time. But human beings, because of karma, they have to go through a 1-year process. When, for example, Mr. Ramdas, when Ramdas passed away, the moment his soul left his body, the 4 Yamadutas come and take his body to Yamlok. And note his name there that Ramdas of Earth planet passed away. The moment that happens, that soul cannot go back into the body. That is called death. End of story. When the naming are written down, then that is called coma. The person is still in lingo. The moment Chitragupta notes the name down, that soul can't go back into the body. The soul now remains there for the next 12 to 13 days. depending when the prayer is done. Now remember, when do we count from the day of death? When do we count from the day of death?
From the day of death.
Okay. According to Garu Puran, chapter 10, verse 21, from the time the pinda is placed in the hand of the corpse, the departed soul assumes the name Preth until the Sapindi Puja is concluded. Now, a Sapindi Puja is 12 days for a Brahmin and 13 days for non-Brahmins. We don't believe in caste, but if you're a Brahmin, 12 days, 13 days for a non-Brahmin. Generally, 13 days. Now, when a person why? It's not from the day of death, from the day of cremation. In the antechamber, when the claimant places the sixth pinda, the last pinda in the right hand of the deceased, when that pinda is placed in the right hand, the calculation of the number of days for the rituals are thus determined. Thus the process of the soul only begins from the day of the disposal of the body. Who is saying this? Lord Vishnu, my boss. Lord Vishnu, okay, Lord Vishnu not here. Lord Vishnu is my boss. When I wear this kanti mala, it means tulsi beads, meaning devotee of Vishnu Bhagwan. So people ask, who is my boss? My boss is Lord Vishnu. That's why you'll always have me quoting Lord Vishnu. Next thing, it's noted in Ramayana, when the body of Maharaj Dashrath was preserved in oils for up to 14 days before the arrival of Bharat Maharaj, who had been at his uncle's residence. In those days, they had no freezers. So what they did, how brilliant they were. They put him in certain oil and the body was like fresh. And India, remember, is very hot. Upon his return, the Shraddha rites were performed. If the day of death were the reference point, then the Shraddha rites would have completed on that day. Okay, bye? So now remember, we count from the day of cremation. When the pinda is placed on, remember on the day of cremation, the 6 pindas is 1, 2, 3, on the knees 4, 5, and the 6th one on the right palm. Godan. If I have to ask how many of you have performed Godan, I'll be lucky if there's 3 or 4 of you here. So how many of you have done Godan? Wow! Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, that's shocking because quite a few. Normally it's like no one. So when I ask an elder person, how come you never perform Godan? Isn't that done when you're just about to die? That's generally there. So again, according to Garu Puran, Go means cow and Dan means gift. Godan is a gifting of a cow to a Brahmin. Now who really is a Brahmin? A Brahmin is a person that wears Uppavitra, Brahmin thread. A Brahmin should not eat meat, drink alcohol, smoke, and he can't be one wife only, like Cyril, only one wife. Remember, my jokes, you have to be a bit alert to catch up with it. When you get a Brahmin Pandit performing a puja, you should thank Bhagwan Shri Vishnu. Thank you, my Lord. Wow. It's rare. Because a Brahmin Pandit is almost impossible to find in this day and age. Who's a Brahmin Pandit? A Brahmin Pandit should not be quoting a fee for his prayer. What a Brahmin should always be... When Ma Lakshmi saw that, if somebody has to keep quiet, what will you do? Well, I hope your eyes will pop out and you have a katana to do. So if you really love your husband so much, you'll be upset when somebody disrespects him. Am I right? I'm hoping your ladies say right. So Lakshmi Devi cursed all Brahmins in future to be financially poor. Because at that time Brahmins were very rich. They had everything. Gold in the works. So Bhrigu Muni immediately went and apologized. And then Lakshmi Devi brought down the curse a bit. And she said, okay, if you pray to my husband Vishnu, then I will lower the curse a bit. So Brahman generally is supposed to be financially poor. Now I can't say that to everyone. My philosophy from being a priest for many years, I always believe if I'm going to put a cost for the prayer that I do for you, Ma Saraswati is going to withdraw her mercy from me. That's my personal opinion. That's why from the time I've been a priest, I got an issue when somebody charges for their prayer. You should do it as a seva to the public. I always believe that. Because when somebody puts a price to something, then it's a transaction, isn't it? It's a business deal. When you're a devotee of, so somebody asked me the question, Parinji, can I have some water? Parinji, tell me one thing. If you don't charge, how do you make ends meet? Good question, am I right? So my question is, who's my boss? Again, Lord Vishnu. And who is Lord Vishnu's wife? You think Mother Lakshmi is going to look the other way when I'm praising her husband? I'm taking care of every month. I'm very happy. Why? When you're a devotee of the Lord, you don't depend on anybody, you depend on the Lord to take care of you. Right or wrong? You can say I'm wrong, it's cool. But it's correct. And a Brahman should always be simple living, high thinking. Remember. And also, being a Brahman means always clean. You have to look the part, clean shaven, or you have to look the part. I know it sounds very vain, but Brahman means clean. Simple as that. Godan. It's an extremely important prayer that one performs in one's life. Many people are under the impression that this prayer is performed only when one is about to die. This is a great misunderstanding. This prayer should be done when one is fit and healthy. When one performs, now remember, I'm quoting from Shastra here, everyone. I'm not making this up. Okay. Remember, I'm not making this up. So this is what Lord Vishnu, my boss, is saying. When one performs this prayer, when one is fit and healthy, the efficacy, the power is increased 1,000-fold. If a sick man makes this gift of efficacy, is only 100-fold. And if a son gives this on somebody's behalf of the dead, the gift is indirect and his efficacy is rendered as normal. Where am I getting this from? Garu Puran, Pretkan, chapter 47, verses 37, 38. What should be given in Godan? Right? These 8 padas are as follows. Padas means gifts. Sesame seed, iron, gold, cotton, salt, 7 types of grains, earth and a cow. Oh my word. Earth. Paniji, in South a small piece of land is like 100 grand. Or if you're lucky, 200 grand. Or you're lucky, 300, depends. Cow, you're looking at about 15,000, 16,000. So it's out of the reach, out of my financial reach. So what Srila Prabhupada taught us? Kala Desha Patra. You give some, in a bank packet, put a little bit of sand, and you get a miniature cow, and do Godan in that way. 2008. Because who can afford a real Godan today? The wise have prescribed the gift of salt to be given freely as it opens up the doorway to the other world. Garu Puran, Pretkan, chapter 4, verse 7, 8 and 14. I'm going to talk about salt a little later on. The reason, one of my favorite topics to talk about is death. So, question have been asked over time, why do I like talking about death? One of my favorite pujas is funerals. I'm not a wedding priest, don't call me for that. Funerals, I'm a big fan. Why? Not because I like doing funerals, but that coffin reminds me I can be there tomorrow in that coffin. It makes me humble. It should make you humble. Humility is rare in this world. True humility. Right? Does the widow have to wash off her sindoor on the death of her husband? Yes or no? Yes. There is no scriptural backing for such a ritual. There is none. However, the widow ceases using the sindoor in a traditional manner. Because remember, imagine now, she has to, the husband's hands now, which is dead, right, has to wash off that sindoor off. It's a traumatic experience for that lady. Really, and there is no scriptural backing for it. What can one do or not do in the morning period until the 12th, 13-day ceremony? Very importantly, people, listen to this. Lord Vishnu again states, offering of Ashirvad blessings, deity worship, direct contact with the public. Now remember, this is for the claimant only. Doesn't have to be for the whole family, but claimant. Claimant means the one that carries the stick, the dog around the body. He is the most important person. Offering of blessings, deity worship, direct contact with the public, giving of dhan, gifts of charity. I'm coming back to that just now. Havan, that means no 3-day havan is allowed. Even on the 10 days, not allowed. Who's saying this? Vishnu Bhagwan. Tarpan, that means a lot of Hindus offer water in the 10 days. Not allowed. Fast, Ekadashi fast, Shivaratri fast, aren't allowed until the 12th, 13-day ceremony is finished. Brahmbhoj, if I come to your house, I'll respectfully say, sorry, I can't. A Brahmin isn't allowed to even drink water until the 12th, 13-day ceremony is performed. I'm not doing this on my own personal thing. It's Lord Vishnu saying this. Are forbidden in this period. Garu Puran, Predkan, chapter 13, verses 20 and 21. So I'm quoting the verses. If you do want proof, we have these articles on Deepika. So you can cross-reference. I'm very happy with that. Also, offering of arti and other form of daily worship constitutes one's nitya karma, daily worship. Can be suspended, but it's optional. When do we start, said about that, counting of the day of the rituals? Are you happy with that? Right, so remember. Can non-sattvic foods like meat be offered on the 10 and 13 days? Popular question. Absolutely not. Before one offers on foods to one's ancestors, one must offer the food to Lord Vishnu first, at your lamp. Then that becomes Vishnu Mahaprasad, and a portion of that food is offered to one's ancestors. Now ask yourself, would it be correct to offer meat, cigarettes and alcohol to Lord Vishnu? Nope. The following 3 verses are proof from Vedic Shastras. It's not dharma that in the Shraddha feast, that means ancestor food, that one should offer meat or one should eat the meat. Only vegetarian food are to be offered because meat is obtained by killing. Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, chapter 15, verse 7. Vegetarian food are prepared with pure butter, milk, sugar, curd are most pleasing to one's ancestors. Matsya Purana, chapter 17, verse 30. Very common question here. Is a 3-day havan performed after the death mentioned in our scripture? Very popular question this. Remember again, I'm not here to offend anyone. We got to do what is right. Right? From the verses in the sacred Srimad Garu Puran, if one performs a 3-day havan for a deceased, the families will incur the wrath of a deceased. In the 13-day period, until the Sapindi Puja is done, the deceased stays on the roof of the house. That's his position, that's where they stay, they reside. If one offers pindas for the 10 days, one for each day, then a new body is formed. When one offers a pinda on the first day, the head is formed. On the second day, the ear, the eyes and the nose are formed. It takes 9 days to form the body. It's called the Pindaju Sharir. Pindaju means pindas. I'm coming back to the pindas story just now. Why is pindas offered? Pindaju Sharir. Sharir means body. It takes 9 days to complete the entire body. On the 10th day, hunger and thirst is instilled into the body. If you do a 3-day havan, you're chanting everything and the body is incomplete. Can you survive only till here? Doesn't work that way. So the new body of the deceased is only formed in 10 days. Thus, by performing a 3-day havan, you are chanting and ending the process, but a new body is still incomplete. Now this is where the problem arises. Garu Puran states, one has to perform the 10 and 13-day ceremony and so forth to form the new body, which takes 10 days. There are no shortcuts in life, especially in final rites. That's why when somebody passes away, if you get the proper priest, Pandit, Guru performing the prayer, you won't have any comebacks. But you do any shortcuts, there's a lot of comebacks. Trust me, with scary ramifications, scary. That's why when it comes to death, You never perform a funeral or a 10 and 13 days, 6 months, 1 year on Ekadashi. Forbidden. You don't do it. And nothing to do with ISKCON or Harishna movement. It's in the Puranas, it's there. Right? And also remember, one shouldn't look at the diary and make it convenient for someone. We should always do it at the proper, most appropriate days. Why is salt used as a gift in Shraddha, Puja and Siddha? Now we've been taught from a young age that we don't give salt, especially North Indians, Hindu people, Hindi people. Don't give salt to your Pandit or don't give salt to anyone. Why? We've been told all your bharkat, your luck could be gone. Ooh, okay. Let's see what my boss have to say about that. Garu Puran, Prekan, chapter 29, verses 30 to 33. Lord Vishnu says, salt is on par with everything divine. It yields everything a person wishes for. No dish tastes without salt. Hence, salt is a favorite amongst the pittas and mine. The gift of salt leads to them to the heavens. Salt originated from the body of me, from Vishnu Bhagwan. Yogins praise the gift of salt. Whenever a person is on the deathbed, salt should be given as a gift. It opens up the doorways to the heavens. If you don't give salt in your Siddha to your Pandit, you basically shortchanging him. Salt is one of the most important, salt and rice. The two most important Siddhas given to a Pandit, Brahman. That's how important salt is. Why fast on Ekadashi? Ekadashi is a sacred word meaning 11th day. Ekadashi occurs twice a month, and the bright fortnight and the dark fortnight. One can find these dates on Hindu calendars. The special feature of Ekadashi is that it's a fast one abstains from grains, eating meat, shaving and cutting one's nails. Now, Harishna movement or ISKCON made Ekadashi popular over the years. Hence people think, oh, you Hare Krishna, because you fast in Ekadashi. From day one, my flagship article or preaching has been Ekadashi. People ask me, Panji, how can I cut my bad karma? Very simple, fast on Ekadashi. Simple as that. Ekadashi is nothing to do with any, it's been done even in certain kingdoms in ancient times. Birds, animals weren't fed any grains. That's so important. For every grain you eat on Ekadashi, you're creating an obstacle in your life on that day. Now imagine you're doing a nice Shivaratri fast. Next Ekadashi come, you're eating grains. You're basically causing more, you got rid of a lot of bad karma from your life, then you're incurring more bad karma. That's how bad. And Ekadashi is simple. You're not having grains only. There's so many things to cook. Deepika has articles on how to make your own curries, your own salads, your own juices. There's so many things to eat. According to scripture, we take on sins and even more obstacles in one's life on this day if we consume grains, since Pap Purush. Pap means sin, Purush means deity, sin personified, resides only in grains on this day. Also, if one eats grains on this day, it becomes harmful and remain indigested and turn toxic in the body, giving rise to various diseases and ailments. Right? So, I heard Bhai was quite sick on Friday. Ren. No? Ishen, yeah. A lot of people ask me about why I talk about health so much. And one of the reasons is you cannot pray properly if your health is bad. Am I right or wrong? Okay, if somebody doing a Mata prays, aren't you doing a saltless fast? But if your health is bad, are you going to do a saltless fast? That is foolishness. You got to take care of your health first. Common sense, and we got to be pragmatic Hindus, not fanatical Hindus. Your health comes first. If you can't make it, you can't make it. Remember that. If I say an elder person, Mataji, did you fast? Why are you fasting? Do you take your tablets? No. Go need something in front of me right now. Because I don't want you collapsing halfway to the prayer, and the focus is on you, not on the prayer itself. Right or wrong, everyone? So as Hindus, remember in 2018, we have to be practical, not fanatical. Please remember that. Ma Durga is not going to come with a katana. You never fast me for 9 days. I'll sort you out. No, Ma is not going to do that. If you cannot fast, if you came out from an operation, for the 9 days, give up something what you like. Okay, I like rice. Okay, I like paneer. Okay, I like potato. Give up that on that 9 days. Isn't that better? You're doing it according to your ability, not fanatically. That's what Mata is looking for. She's not looking for and then showing off, wow. The mother is not into ego. That's why when she came down, she came to cut down the ego of all these demons. What are we not supposed to eat on Ekadashi? The thumb rule is that if you think that the food you're consuming has grains, then you shouldn't consume. This is a basic guideline. Please note that there are many gray areas as what to eat or not to eat. Abstain from grains, cereal, breads, wheat, flour, beans, rice, dals, green beans, roti, coffee, meat, jeera, mustard seed, hing, sump, methi seed, shop turmeric. Very bad. Stay away from shop turmeric. Shop turmeric is just bad. In Durban, we're lucky to have kacha hardi.
I noticed it's 5 roses. There is only 5 roses.
You can't have 5 roses.
But you can have green tea.
Green tea also has caffeine. Rooibos tea. Rooibos tea is the only safe option. If you're not sure, keep away. That's my basic thumb line. But again, we shouldn't be fanatical. When somebody's starting off, until then, try your best for the first couple Ekadashis. Get yourself on the, rolling first. Then you can become one. Remember, I've been doing Ekadashi for the last 31 years. So I got pretty much a lot of practice. Now I'm used to it. It becomes second nature to my body. Now remember health-wise. Health is so important, people. We always pray to Bhagwan for good health. But if we're eating the wrong stuff, who do we blame? I don't ask, mind me, elders, I don't ask the elders, how are you feeling, Mataji? Oh, I'm so sick, bhai. I'm so sick, bhai. Please chant one mantra, jharo me. Whoa, why did I ask? I should have just kept quiet, man. Thanks for laughing, but it's the truth. Why are you sounding so negative? Eat the right stuff, you won't have a problem. Right or wrong? Detox. People having health issues, eat the right foods. Detox. If you're having an allopathic tablet, good for you. But detox every day. Have green tea. Have, I'm not sure if drumstick herbs are common in here, but Durban grows everywhere. The best thing in the world, the second best thing in the world ever to eat is drumstick herbs. Now, don't ask me what the best thing in the world, I'll get in trouble. Maybe some police people here. But the second best thing in the world to consume daily, if you can, is drumstick herbs, Sejan Bhaji, Morinkira herbs. When the mother holds Bhaji in her hand, what Bhaji she's holding? Drumstick herbs. When South Indians in their porridge praise time, now remember in South India, South Indians offer porridge. In North India we offer halwa puri. Same thing, just different things. And the mother, 3 things that you must cook for her. Drumstick herbs and mixed veg. When you offer that to the mother, she gets super happy. But I'm coming back to that just now. So if your health is your wealth, everyone, if you're not going to have good health, yes?
Sorry, can you quickly say what's allowed or what's a good to eat?
For?
That you can't eat
For? Okay, I can start now. Let's see now. Okay, basically on Ekadashi, I just have banana milkshake. It's the most fullest thing, can last me 3-4 hours. But if I have to start cooking, paneer chutney, tomato chutney, cabbage curry, beetroot salad, normal salad, kodri. I make roti with nut flours. Yeah, arrow flour we use. Arrow flour is that flour. It's that flour. So, oh my goodness, if you want recipes, the last Ekadashi I made a whole prep for Arjun. I don't eat much on Ekadashi because there's so many things to eat. And paneer is normally one of the favorites. Deepika has, you can make soups. One of my favorite things with Ekadashi is mas. Soup, potato soup, butternut soup, pumpkin soup, Oh my word, you can make a variety. I promise you, Ekadashi, you can cook more things on that day than a normal day.
Sorry, can you finish your thought on the hardi? You were talking about.
Oh yeah, hardi, thank you. Kacha hardi, kacha means pure, like you look like a ginger. In Durban, when I buy them, I buy a whole lot. So I grate out the skin, then I grate them, make it fine, absolutely fine. Then in my coffee grinder, make it even more finer. Then I dry them up in sun. Then I add a little bit water to it. Then I make them into round balls, like marble balls. And I put them in the freezer for a couple hours. Gets frozen, and then I take them out. Every day I just pop one in my mouth. Oh, hardi is, whoo. If you're having metformin, who take metformin? Yeah, I can see a lot of people. For all those who take metformin and who take all this statin tablets for cholesterol, this, that, I hope no doctors are here to get on my case. If you're taking hardi, pure, pakka hardi, it actually serves the purpose of metformin, all the statins, if your cholesterol tablets, all these things, it does a better job. Also, it's very good for your skin. So it's a lot of things it has. Try to go alternate as much as you can, but at the same time, don't go totally away from your allopathic tablets. So I don't want my doctors to get in trouble, But I'm very into Ayurvedic stuff. Moringa, drumstick herbs. I'm major into lemons. I'm major into mint, parsley to clean my kidneys. I have lots of juices daily to clean my body. That's why beetroot is the best thing for all. Beetroot is, you should love beetroot. Beetroot with no salt and no vinegar, please. Then you're wasting your time. Throw it away. Right? Beetroot, boil it or grate it and have that daily. Your liver will love you. Say, thanks boss. My body is so good. Because the liver is getting cleansed. And also people, two things that you must do from a medical point of view, but Ayurvedic point of view. Always sleep on your left-hand side. Please, don't sleep on your right-hand side. On your back is not so good, but right-hand side is an absolute, try to. Because it's so common to sleep on your right side, it's normal. It takes some time, but once you sleep on your left-hand side at night, all your body organs starts to rest, your liver will love you, your liver gets detoxified, your emphatic, everything in your body, your heart gets a relief, and the next morning you pass out, all the toxins from your body get passed out. Ayurvedic. Now, another thing is also, do you notice in the morning when you wake up, there's like a white cover on your tongue, like a white layer? At night when you're sleeping, all the toxins in your body gets collected on your tongue. So make sure you have a tongue scraper and scrape out all that whiteness from your tongue. When you're scraping it out every day, every morning, the toxins are not going back into your body. Understood now? That's how you get good health. So you're not basically regurgitating the stuff every day. Two things to do. Okay with that? Right, so try to keep it in Ayurvedic. Try to keep it Ayurvedic if you can. I'm a huge fan of ashwagandha. You heard of ashwagandha? Oh, that's one of the most, that's a go-to thing for a lot of problems in Hinduism, like as a Hindu in Ayurveda. Another thing is also green moong dal, like a soup. That thing really cleanses your body like anything. I can go on and on, and hey, time just flies. Oh, okay. What is the purpose of pindas at a funeral and other Shraddha ceremonies? Okay, there are two ways of making a pinda. There are two ways of making a pinda. One is with rice flour and one is with sweet rice. Now basically rice flour is rice grinded as flour. I like rice flour. It's either way is correct. How did pindas appear? Again, listen to what I'm saying. The rituals of Shraddha from the Mahabharata. Anusana Sana Parva, section 84. Bhishma Dev said, when my father departed from this world, I proceeded to Gangadwara. Gangadwara is an ancient name for Haridwar. Haridwar is one of the four most important dhams in India. For performing his Shat Puja, having performed with a concentrated mind, I perform all the preliminary rites as laid down in Shastra. I set myself to offer the obsequial cake. The English term for a pinda is obsequial cake. It's a cake, a round ball. The ordinance provides that it should be presented on blades of kush grass. I'll come back to the kush grass. So we've been told and so far that we shouldn't grow kush grass in one's home, yard, and we mustn't grow betel leaf in. You heard of that? You think that's correct? Like, duh, no. Why are you using it for prayers? Kush grass comes from Lord Vishnu's hair, according to Garu Puran. So having kush planted in your yard, you're having Lord Vishnu in your yard. And it's most important for prayers. Oh, Manija, I live in Joburg, I don't have any kush grass. What a bad excuse. Phone one of your connections in Durban, tell them to do an overnight delivery. What other excuse do you have? Come on, make a plan, we Indian people. Secondly, betel leaf. Betel leaf is so important, people. According to Devi Bhagavatam, whenever you're offering your Panditji or Guru Siddha, you must give a betel nut, a flat betel nut, betel leaf and a coin with a flower. That completes the entire Siddha. Also, you'll notice on Hanumanji, a garland of betel leaf is offered to Hanumanji. When you offer him a garland of betel leaves, he gets super happy. South Indian temples must do that. I offer him all the time. When you offer Hanumanji a garland of urad dal, the black urad dal, vadas, the baras. When you offer him a garland, he gets like, whoa. And Rahu, they get like super happy because once you offer that veda to Hanumanji, Rahu can't trouble you. Rahu is like, whoa, one side. Now this is according to the Lal Kitab as well. So please, when you're offering the mother betel leaf, she gets very happy, according to Devi Bhagavatam. The Shraddha, the ritual of the Shraddha is that the cake should first be offered to the deceased father, then to the grandfather, and next to the great-grandfather. Even this is the ordinance in respect of Shraddha. Now remember where I'm getting this from, the Mahabharata. I'm not making this up. I told you it's from the Anusasana Parva, section 84. The Pinda Puja is mentioned in quite a few of our Shastras, like the Yajurved, Brahmane, Shrod, Guya Shastra, Ramayan, Mahabharata, and of course Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter. In the Mahabharata Shanti Parva, Lord Varahadev, who is Lord Varahadev? One of the 10 das forms, the 10 main forms of Vishnu, of Lord Krishna. He is the boy incarnation. Now this is important about the Pindas, everyone. Listen very, very carefully. Lord Varahadev introduced a Shat Puja to this world. The Lord created 3 Pindas from his molar tooth. Took it out, made 3 round balls with his nail. He made 3 Pindas. And then placing it on kush grass towards the southerly directions, then Lord Varahadev advised, let the 3 Pindas be considered as a representation of the father, grandfather and the great-grandfather, and vanished after performing the worship of the puja using black sesame seeds in a scientific manner. Remember, Devi prayers we use brown or white till. Pitar prayers we only use black till, no other till. Because when you sprinkle black till on the ground when we performing the puja, that's a magnet that attracts the pitas to that place. It's like a magnet. But if you don't have black till now, then what to do? We can use brown. But make a plan, always have black till. Right? Thus begin the worship of the Pinda for the deceased ancestors as per the guidance of Lord Varahadev. Does this satisfy your answer why we offer Pinda? Pinda is so important. Now, on the day of the cremation, look at how scientific our Shastra is. On the day of the cremation, we offer how many Pindas? 6. On the 10th day, we should be offering 1 Pinda daily. That 10 plus 6 makes 16 Pindas. On the 12th or 13 days, we offer 20 plus 1 Pindas. Now remember that plus 1 Pinda is for all the spirits around the area. We don't count that 1 Pinda. The 16 plus 20 Pindas make 36 Pindas. On the 6-month ceremony, we offer how many Pindas? How many Pindas we offer? 9 Pindas. Why we offer 9 Pindas? Again, let's quote Garu Puran. Garu Puran, chapter 5, verse 48 to 54. The first pinda, 15 days after the date of funeral. Second pinda, after 1 month. Third pinda, 45 days. Fourth pinda, 2.5 months. Third pinda, fourth pinda, second month. Fifth pinda, third month. Sixth pinda, fourth month. Seventh pinda, fifth month. Eighth pinda, 5.5 months. And the ninth pinda under 6 month. So we offer 9 pindas for the 6-month ceremony. Why do we do a 6-month ceremony, people? If you're traveling from Joburg to Durban, do you make a 6-hour trip or you stop halfway? Why do we stop halfway? To watch the scenery? No. To wake up, give our legs a bit of a rest, eat something full petrol. So the 6-month ceremony, the deceased is traveling to 8 towns to that period over there. And on the 6-month ceremony, when we offer the 9 pindas, that's food for the deceased to eat. Sustenance. I've heard through the grapevines that somebody said, oh, you can do the 13 days, 6 months, and 1 year all together. You're in Joburg, you're in Joburg. I was like, whoa. Okay. Wow. Remember, from the day of cremation to, from the 13 days to the 1 year ceremony, it takes 348 days for the deceased to travel along the way. 345 days. Okay, Godan is so important. If you never perform Godan for your dad or your mom, come to the 6-month ceremony. Now, when the 6-month ceremony is finished, the deceased now, who is in the form of a thumb, Pindaju Sharir, is on the banks of it's a moat around Yamulok. It's called the Vaitarani River. This river, you should be worried about this river. Okay, this river is not like, what's the local river here? Val. Okay, Val got water here, right? This river, Vaitarani River, has no water. What does it has? Blood, urine, stool, hair, mucus, semen, you name it. It has aquatics. Whoa. Yo. Scary. You should be scared. So somebody asked me the question, Panji, can you prove what you just said? My boss, Lord Vishnu, is saying this. So my Gurudev again, my Shiksha Guru, Pundit Maharaj told me again, Beta, for a non-believer, you can't prove anything to them. You're wasting your time. For a believer, he will believe you. Why? Lord Vishnu is saying this. My boss is Lord Vishnu. If he says jump, I'm jumping. End of story. How can we question the Lord? Come to the 6-month ceremony. Once the Godan is done, now the deceased is called Ramdas again. So the Kevat, that boatman will ask, Ramdas, have you performed your Godan? Yeah. But if you didn't, no. If you say yeah and you didn't, you lied. God, that's right. You can't bluff him now. He knows everything. That Kevat will ask, Ramdas, did you perform your Godan? Yes, I did. Okay, hop onto the boat. That boat is shaped like a cow. And and the seats are very comfortable, like airplane seats, comfortable seats. And then you are that river is like 1,201 kilometers wide. It's quite wide. So you are taken across the river to go on your journey from the 9th to the 16th town. Come to that 1 year ceremony. We offered 45 pindas, isn't it? 36 plus 9 pindas make 45 pindas. Come to the 1 year ceremony. We offer 7 plus 1 pindas. 45 plus 7 makes, come on, math students, 52 pindas. Isn't our culture so beautiful, so scientific? 52 weeks. There we are. So I hope that sorts out the ideas about the pinda. Can we do a 5-year ceremony for memorial service for my father? According to Garu Puran, again Lord Vishnu, after the 1 year ceremony, it's forbidden to perform any individual rites for a deceased. Garu Puran, Predkan, chapter 26, verse 32. After Sapinda, all individual shadas are avoided and forbidden according to Lord Vishnu. Do it when the person is alive. Don't do it when somebody is gone. Who you turn to? If you didn't like your, I do a lot of funerals. I knew that the family didn't care about the father. Come for the funeral, all the crocodile tears come out. You didn't care about your father when he's alive, but now you show the public you care for him. You're crying for him. Too late, Bap. Show the person how much you loved him when they alive. What I hate is when children put their parents into the ABH homes or their homes. That freaks me out. Because your parents gave you everything in this world and you can't take care of them when they're older. Terrible. Terrible. Can a female attend, I still got some time. Can a female attend satsang during their menstrual cycle? Yes or no? Who says no? I hope nobody says no. Okay. So we wrote an article about this because I'm always pro-woman, number one. Not to promote women, but of my yaji. The menstruation issue should never be an issue, number one. It's not your fault, really now. You should actually blame Indradev. He's to blame. Indradev killed a Brahman, a demon Brahman though, Vitrasura. And when you kill a Brahman, there are two things that cannot be absolved by karma or prayers or whatever. If you harm a Brahman and if you eat beef, there is no prayers for that. You got to suffer for it. And badly too. So Indradev, he knew now a sin personified came running after him and he hid in a weed for 1,000 celestial years. Now without Indra, the whole cosmos became corrupted. So Brahmadev seeked him and he asked, please come back. We have to find 4 different things to absolve you for what you did. It's called Brahma Hatya, sin of killing a Brahman. So that's when Brahma then gave 1/4 of the sin to tree. That's why from trees we get sap. Then you know the ocean have that foam, that white foam, another 1/4. Then another 1/4 was for desert. There was no deserts like Sahara desert and Gobi desert. There wasn't on earth. And the last 1/4, women had to bleed every month. So if you have to blame somebody, Indradev, you have to blame him really. Where am I getting this again? Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran. What I get very upset about is that a convicted murderer or a rapist or a pedophile is allowed to enter a temple, yet a female with her cycle cannot enter a temple. Do you think that's wrong or right? That's why we shouldn't be hypocrites as a Hindu. We should welcome it. So, I was speaking to some family members yesterday. The same thing came about. So I told them, why are Hindus so, because a lot of priests and gurus say you can't. So I said, they probably haven't heard of the Ambubachi Mela. Every June of every year, on the 21st at night, when Mother Sati burnt herself, Lord Vishnu rose her up and he cut her into 51 parts. Her yoni, her generative organ, fell in a place called, in Assam, right? And a place called Guwahati, in a temple there. From that temple, that yoni fell there and they built a temple around that. This temple has been worshipped for thousands of years. Guwahati, Assam. Right? Now, on the 21st at night, the Brahmins in that temple put white cloth over the whole temple and they lock the 3 doors from the outside, padlock it. For the next 3 days, red liquid comes out of the pipes from the temple. It's there. Right? So the mother is menstruating for 3 days for Mother Earth, for Earth. On the 25th of the morning when the sun rises, they open up the 3 locks and the ceiling and everything is all blood red. And then the Brahmins host the entire place now to clean up the place because it's all blood red. And they take the cloth and they dry it up. All the members, even the Brahmins, take a piece of the cloth and they tie it in their hand. Then one paksha, after the 25th, comes the month. Paksha means 15 days in a 15 bright days, 15 dark days. So one paksha, after one paksha, like one day, the mother now, for the next 4 months, she has a bath called the monsoon period. How amazing is that? So why should we be criticizing a female, really? We should respect them in that period. In that period, that's why we let them rest in that period, and we should do the cooking as men, clean up the house, give them a break. That's why in India, they weren't allowed to do anything, because in that period when you're bleeding, a lot of energy is being lost. And there's a thing here, if you... Time is really flying. You've probably seen this before. It's called a banana flower. You know when you do hardi in that flour? So how do we cook a banana flour curry? You take out the outer parts and you julienne it and make it like, you cook it like jackfruit curry. If females have this like once a week, especially in the time of the menstrual cycle, it heals the womb very quickly. It also it stops the pain massively. Many ways to do this. Banana flour curry. When you have a banana flour curry, it regulates the menstrual cycle. It's the best food for lactating mothers and diabetic patients. Cures anemia. Provides effective function of the kidneys. Relieves you from constipation. Cures ulcers. Reduces high blood pressure. And strengthens the uterus for females. How amazing. Everything from a banana the mother has given us. Okay, really, time is going short here now. Okay. So can a female participate in a prayer when she has a menstrual cycle? Yeah. So what my advice is, and please don't take offense some people, I'm very strong about this. Have a hardi bath, can keep quiet, don't tell anybody, and sit down for the prayer. Because then you're going to hear on Katha Janda story. We don't need that. It's not your fault. Why must you miss a prayer? So are you going to miss your wedding if you have your cycle? Imagine in Kendra Hall, you book the hall and everything, and you have, what are you going to do? But what are you going to do? Or if somebody passes away, what are you going to do? How are you going to postpone it? Come on, let's be pragmatic Hindus, practical Hindus, not fanatical Hindus. Okay. What happens to when a bride, I told that already, I told that day. Okay, is dakshina offered to a pandit on the day of funeral? Right? Very popular. No, absolutely no. Sure, absolutely no. Lord Vishnu says, offering of Ashirvad, deity worship, direct contact with the public, giving of dan, that means charity and gifts. The moment the sixth pinda is placed in the hand, for the next 13 days, no dan, no money can be given to a Brahmin or a priest. If he takes it, good luck to him. Many people offer me, I'm like, whoa, that's blood money. I'll look at them horrified, whoa, oh, no. Then I quote them this verse. Please don't. If we insist on a fee, I don't know, what do we do? But it's not supposed to. Right? So a person says, but okay, that's his living and so forth. What I told you earlier on, when you're a devotee of Vishnu Bhagwan, he'll take care of you. I've been taken care for many years because of what I've done. People know that. Okay. Why do you offer Panchamrit? Pancha, there's it there. Pancha means 5, Amrit means nectars. The 5 nectars varies from place to place in India. The most common type of Panchamrit is with milk, ghee, gur, which is sugar, honey and dahi, mass, which is mixed, and this is offered to the deities. But in South India, in Kavadi, every day I should offer the Lord Palani Panchamritam, the 5 fruits. Right? So in Palani in South India, the Panchamrit consists of various types of banana, sugar, ghee, honey, dates, elaichi, and sugar candy. You can mix any one of those 5. All Sanatan pujas are incomplete without offering Panchamrit. Why this is offered during puja is because of the purity content, as well as offering sweet offerings to the deities would make the deities content. Offering prasad Panchamrit boosts one's physical strength, immunity, vitalizes the brains, enhances intelligence, memory, and creative abilities, and improve the complexion. And now something very important. What happens when a person passes away unnaturally? Suicide, drowning, gunshot, so forth, so forth, so forth. There's an entire verse in the Garu Puran, entire chapter from the Garu Puran where it states very clearly that when a person passes away unnaturally, the Narayan Bali offerings. Now when you talk about Balidan, what do people think? Sacrificing on goat or on rooster or on number 8. But no. Okay, I can't say the actual word now. Lord Vishnu states in 2 Garuji in the Garu Puran, the Narayan Bali rites is performed in all cases of abnormal death, which is defined as following: death by fasting, death by killed by an animal, death by arson, death by curse, death by cholera, death by a great ailment, one who commits suicide, fall from a mountain, fall from a tree or any height, one who hangs himself, one who is drowned in a tank, river, ocean, death by smugglers or robbers, snake bite, struck by lightning, murder, and by persons who are great sinners. For such persons, O Garuda, the rite of the Narayan Bali prayer must be performed. So even if you perform the 13 days, 6 months, 1 year, the person is still stuck here. And trust me, when a person is stuck here, they be a spirit, and they basically block your path to when somebody passes away and you noticed for 2-3 months things are not right at home, that means the person didn't pass away naturally. So you'll ask the question, but hang on, how come it's not popular? That's a very good question. Because remember one thing, a lot of things have not been told to the public over the years. Why? Angas, you're asking the wrong person. I've been giving this information out for years, because why? Knowledge is power, people, am I right? When you have knowledge, can people bluff you? Now why is knowledge is not disseminated over the years? When you're ignorant, you follow like a sheep, am I right? When you have knowledge, nobody can bluff you. Now you know why I'm not well like now. This is the reason why. You've got to say it from here. You've got to be passionate. Okay, I want to talk about Hanumanji. Who want to hear about Hanumanji's wedding, marriage?
Before you go on, so what do you have to do in that scenario?
Oh, okay. Thanks for that. The prayer takes about 2 hours. Prayer takes about 2 hours. It's more like a head surgeon or a brain surgeon's job. Very free priests do the prayers. There are 5 lotas, 4 for the 4 directions, for Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and Lord Yamaraj. In the middle kalsa is the deceased kalsa. It's done at a riverside. There's a lot of mantras to be chanted in this prayer. And eventually the deceased enters into the priest's body and enters into the kalsa. That's what the priest is doing. He got to be pakka and strong. If not, that spirit will knock him down. That's why very free priests do it, because it's such an... I do Durga Puja, like a Durga Path, takes me 8 hours. But doing a Narayan Bali praise finishes me for like 2 days. Because the spirits, some of them are very angry spirits. That's the prayer you got to do. The article in detail is on the website. Download that article. It's a very detailed article. Narayan Bali Puja. Please go onto the website. There's hundreds of articles there. Right? Who wants to hear about Hanumanji's wedding? Shocked, am I right? Invited for Hanumanji's wedding. I was a bit busy on that day. But anyway, they were good enough to send me a wedding photograph. I got the wedding photograph here. So we've been told from a young child that Hanumanji was a brahmachari, isn't it? So the question will be asked, but how come other people never tell me about this? Very good question. So, even Hanumanji had a son. Whoa! Okay, now we're getting a bit too hectic here now. How lucky that Hanumanji chose Surya Bhagwan to be his guru. Surya Bhagwan was chosen to be Hanuman. To have a disciple like Hanumanji, wow, you got to be super lucky. In 59 hours, basically, Hanumanji learned all of Shastras and flying backwards because Sudev couldn't stop. He had to go around and around. After he basically completed his studies, Suryadev said, Hanuman, in order to complete your studies, number 1, you got to be married. Because certain 2 things, we say, Asta Siddhi no Nidhi ke data, Asabaradini Janaki Mata. To get the 8 powers, he had to be married, number 1. And secondly, to learn the 9 grammars of Sanskrit, he had to be married. 2 things. So he said, Gurudev, I took a vow of celibacy. How can we work around this? So Suryadev said, come after a few days and we'll see. So, when we say, we make a plan. So Suryadev made a plan. After 3 days, Hanumanji came. He said, Hanuman, from his sun rays, he created the most beautiful Devi called Suvarchala. A bit far away. There's a wedding photograph of Hanumanji. You can see it, right? There's Hanumanji here. There's Suvarchala here. There's Nal, Nil, and the entire Vanana race. Hanumanji's wedding photograph. You can see here. There's a bright hue around here. So, after Suryadev married him, Hanumanji's studies was complete. Then Suvarchala, there was no bidah and all this there, right? Suvarchala went back into the forest. They never saw each other ever again. So this marriage, I think, was the first marriage of convenience. So they got it from us, first marriage. So they never saw each other. So although Hanumanji was married, but he wasn't married. See how Sanatana Dharma is so beautiful. Good question, I was coming to that. Now, okay, it wasn't to Suvarchala, right? Because they never saw each other again. When you and Bhai met, you probably found something special in Bhai that attracted you to him, am I right? Okay, you don't have to tell her what it is now, right? But each person has something that attracted a female, attracted a male to her. So when Hanumanji now, what happened to Hanumanji? When his tail was being burnt, he flew from Lanka to Rameshwaram. His tail was still being burnt. When he came to Rameshwaram, he put his tail into the ocean. And there was a Devi there at the bottom of the ocean. Like, we have big screen TVs. She was a big fan of Hanumanji. So she saw Hanumanji's tail. In later years, Hanumanji and Anshuman met at different ends of the battlefield. And Hanuman says, I can't defeat this person. But then he went into meditation. Oh, this is my child. Because he had a monkey upper body and fish lower body. He had the DNA of Hanumanji, of his father. So that's Hanumanji's son. Yes, there's another one where the sweat fell into the ocean. There's many versions. Somebody asked me the question, there's so many versions of Lord Ganesh losing his head. One is the way that Shani Bhagwan looked at him and he lost his head. Another way that Lord Shiva threw his Trishul and cut off his head. We're in the 29th epoch. There are 71 epoch in every Manvantara. I don't want to go into detail. We're in the 29th. Every epoch, Ganeshji loses his head in a different way. We only know 2 ways. There are 27 ways we don't know about. Scary, isn't it? How much we don't know in this world. So Hanumanji didn't lose his head in 2 different ways. He lost his head in 29 different ways. And most of them we don't even know. It's been lost in history. Oof, I've got a few more minutes to go. Okay. One more thing before I really finish. I know you're tired. Widows, please understand the widows here. This is of the 10 Mahavidyas. The 10 Mahavidyas. The 10 Mahavidyas is mentioned in the Devi Bhagavatam. They are the 10 terrifying forms of the Divine Mother. Number 1 is Mahakali. She is a very hectic form. Not the normal Kali, but Mahakali. That's like the midnight Kali we call. She is number 7. She's called Dhumavati Devi. For all his widows over here, she is your boss. She is your boss. So when somebody insults a widow, she gets very upset because she's in charge of all widows. Can a widow give a daughter away in Kanyadan? Yes. Can a widow eat the Kwecha Prasad? Yes. Can a widow make the road? Yes. Can a widow do everything? Yes. When anybody disrespects a widow, especially the priest or the guru, he is disrespecting who? You don't want to mess with her. Even I'm scared of her. She's scary. She's one of the 10 Mahavidyas. You don't want to mess with her. So we should be respectful to all widows. Do not disrespect a widow. Please, heaven's sake, be nice to them. You know what I say to widows? Your husband is not here physically, but he's here. He's here how? Please understand one thing, be respectful to everybody. What I hate about Hinduism these days is that not all, we're very hypocritical. Do you know that Lord Shiva was a widower? When Mother Sati killed herself, he waited for Parvati Mother to come and he married her. Same person, incarnated. Do you know that Lord Ram was a widower? Shocking, isn't it? Mother Sita was enveloped first. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a widower. His first wife, Lakshmi Priya, was bitten by a snake and she died. Yet when a man's a widower, what everybody is asking him? When are you getting married again? But a female, she looked down upon, isn't it? Stop being hypocritical as Hindus and start respecting everybody. There's many paths to Hinduism. If you don't like the path somebody is following, keep your house clean. You mind your own business. What gives you the right to be oblivious of somebody else's belief? Right or wrong, everyone. I hope my time is up. I can talk forever, but my time is up. I hope that you enjoyed this 1.5 hours. And I hope you learn much. Please understand, I'm not here to...
We'll give you 10 minutes more, the food is not here.
Okay, cool. Oh, thank you. One more thing I'm going to say. The entire reason why I've created this web, it's not my website, please understand. Listen everyone, Deepika is not my website. I'm just very grateful that Ma Saraswati chose me. You know what keeps me level? What keeps me level? Because remember in school I barely passed English. So you remember who's blessing this? Attention to yourself. Great gurus don't like attention. Great gurus keep away from everyone. Now, I'm not going to say I'm a great guru now, but I'm just saying. You know, because you always remember, never be arrogant in this world. If you got good looks, thank the Lord. That's your good karma. If you're intelligent, don't belittle somebody. There's always somebody that's more smarter than you, more good looking than you, have more money than you, have a better car than you, have a better house than you. Remain humble. And who's the best teacher to keep you humble? Is our Hanumanji. So while I have this few minutes, I'm a huge mother supporter. There we are. This mother here is called Shakambari Devi. She's mentioned in the 11th chapter, Durga Path. The most powerful puja known to human being is the Durga Path. Now remember, Durga Path, just the Sanskrit itself, takes at least 2.5 hours. The entire puja with no explanation and so forth takes you a good 4 hours. Okay, it takes me 8 hours. Because when I do the puja, it's done in English as well. So you understand what I'm doing? You're not looking at me like, what time the Pandit going to finish? 4 hours, I'm hungry now. No. When you do a Durga Path with love and devotion, the mother can give you will give you anything. That's the divine mother. Ma Durga is, whoa. That's the most powerful puja known to human beings. At one time there was no food on this earth. All the rishis went up to the Himalayas and prayed to the Supreme Devi, Mata. And they said, Mata, please Mata, you said when we're in trouble, we must call upon you. The mother couldn't bear to see her children suffering so much. So she came down in this most beautiful form called Satakshi Devi. Sata, 100, Akshi eyes, 100-eyed one. She has 3 eyes here and 97 eyes all over her body. When the mother saw her children with only bones and totally like starving, she started to cry. Mothers do that. At a drop of a hat, they'll cry. So she started crying for 9 days, 9 nights. After the 9th night, the entire world was full of water again. You notice the ocean water is salty? That's why what our grandparents taught us, when you go to the ocean, we should offer 3 cupfuls of water back into the ocean, isn't it? To thank her, not the Ganga Mother, to thank her. She is Ma Durga in this most beautiful form. When she came down with 4 arms, one with peace, lotus, one with bow and arrow. Bow and arrow, really now? No. Lord Ram, when he shot Taraka, he used the mantra from the Durga Path. And he shot the demon and he killed. Whenever you're in trouble, you use Durga Path mantras. And when the mother came and she came with fruits and veg. That's why people, when you have health issues, whenever I perform puja, I ask the family members to cook bhaji. but normally drumstick herbs. Make puri, put the drumstick herbs in the puri and put a puri like a sandwich. And that we offer to the Divine Mother, Shakambari. The Shaka means fruits and veg. Ambari means the mother that gives us, nourishes us. That's why every food that you eat, I mean vegetarian food now, right? Every time you eat the vegetarian food, thank you, Ma, for this plate of food. Yes. South India, everything is offered with salt. So we do prayers, when we do halwa, I'm sure all of you will do halwa puri prayers here, right? So when we bring a puja, halwa puri puja to the mother, do we put salt in the puri? Who put salt in the puri? One. Ah, shame. Only one, okay. So, tell me, Ben, who is fasting on that day when you're doing your puja? You're fasting. Is Ma Durga fasting on that day? So why are you giving her saltless puri? Now listen to what I'm saying here now. So I put salted puri. I make salted puri. But I make a round one. And what does a betel leaf look like? Heart in shape. There we are. The mother's giving us indications here. So I make a round puri and I make a heart in shape and I put that on top. Make it different. Why be boring and round? Then I put all my stuff there and so forth. And then I offer that to the mother, salted puri. When the puja is complete, who was fasting saltless? You, isn't it? We offer the mother salted puri. Because she's not fasting, we're fasting for her. So why are we giving her salted puri? Right or wrong? Now, after we finish the puja, we take out the hard betel nut and so forth. We place a bottom puri on the top. It's like a sandwich and we eat like a sandwich we're eating. Snack. And we break our saltless fast with that salted puri. Making sense here? So why do North Indians don't offer food with salt? Good question. Because an old auntie one day gave salt to her neighbor and she lost everything and thereafter salt got a bad name. What did I say earlier on? What did I say earlier on? What did Lord Vishnu say? Salt is dear to your pittas and Lord Vishnu. So this idea about North Indians not offering salt in their prasad and I give up. It's very difficult to change the old people's mindset. Like we've been taught, I'm going to come back to you, hold that thought. We've been taught from a young age. What's your name, baby? Oh, what a nice name. Mama say, Puja, if you see a black cat running across the road, bad luck. Go and turn some, red water or something. Puja, if you dream of a snake, ooh, very bad. We've been taught from a young age to have this mindset of everything is bad luck. If you're a devotee of Ma Kali, what you should be worried about all this nonsense? We shouldn't be psychosomatic in your mind. If you're a devotee of Ma Kali, Jai Ma Kali, and just walk. You can walk through fire. Look at the mother in front of you. If you're a devotee of Ma Kali, you shouldn't fear anyone in this world. So if you see a black cat now, right? You know what my perception is, Puja? That black cat saw and ran across the road. Hey, early lunch. Is that bad luck? If you see, according to the Agni Puran, people, when you dream of snakes, you know how good that is? But we've been told it's bad luck, isn't it? So you can see how we've been brainwashed from a young age to think everything is bad luck. Your question, Ben? Okay. Salt is very, very important to your body. Without salt, your body can really go into shock. So what we do is, when we do a saltless fast, we are depriving our body to a certain deity, Ma Durga, to show our love to her. We're depriving our body for a specific period to show our love, that we're depriving our body of something special, important for her. And in that way, she thanks us. But again, depending on your health. Absolutely after that. I remember a Nirjal fast, which comes once a year, Nirjal Ekadashi. I should do that in my 20s. Now, doing saltless is very difficult. As you get older, it becomes more difficult. Your health comes first. So anything you do in this world, do it with logic. I'm a logical person. I'm a priest. If you can't do something, I always try to make a plan according to Shastra. Remember, 50 years ago, you can't do what you could do 50 years ago, you can't do now, isn't it? Times have changed. Food that we eat today, I'm vegetarian. Shoo, the amount of toxic stuff in vegetables is scary. I mean, you're finding people with so much of chemical imbalance in the body. You're finding 1 in 3, 1 in 4, 1 in 5 people got mental issues, depression, schizophrenia, bipolar. Why? Of the food that we're eating. It's scary what we're eating. I mean, today, Arjun loves cheese. And, cheese is expensive. Cheese sandwich. Yeah. But cheese is expensive. It's almost the cost of what you're paying for meat and so forth. So we've got to be careful what we eat as well. Do you notice why Chinese people and Japanese people, besides that other stuff that they eat, don't want to talk about that now, but you notice that they always have soupy stuff? That's why their skin is so good. They look healthy. They don't get fat ones. Why? Because everything they do, it's because remember, as you get older, eat more soupy stuff. Make your food more gila. So when it goes in your stomach, it comes out easily. And detox often. Detox. If you're having something to... Yes.
Just around the salt issue with Pundit Narotamdas, many people maintain a 90 salt fast. So what happens then with fellow devotees, do they pay the way to add salt to the halwa and they distribute it to all of us?
Yeah.
So what do we do? Do we consume it?
You take the prasad, but you take out certain of the stuff, you cover it and you put it in your freezer. One of my friends is in London. So when I did my puja, she was coming down after a month and a half. And I promised her one halwa puri. So it stayed in my freezer for 1.5 months. But I took out certain stuff where it gets a bit off. So when she came, I just microwaved it and I gave it to her. So you got to use in that sense, because you want to maintain your fast. But you don't want to disrespect the mother. Not that you're not eating it, but you're eating it at a later date. Making sense there? So remember the salt issue, we shouldn't make it an issue. In South India, do you know that they offer salted food to Hanumanji? When I was in Tirupati temple, wow. That's why you see on social media when I post food that I cook, that's all Tirupati style. Nothing Tamil about it. Tirupati style. I have my rice there, I have my curries, everything is set in certain order. So when you're offering that to the Lord or the mother, when she eats it, thank you, my child. Thank you for cooking it so nice. Also, ladies, when you're making your halwa puri, please make sure no talking. If you're a chatterbox, make sure you put a handkerchief around your mouth. If you're angry, don't start cooking. When I'm making rot, you don't want all your goodies from your mouth going into the preparations. You should play some mantras, create a proper ambience, because when our Hanuman is eating it with love. Also, rot is a primarily South African product, you know that, right? They make it nowhere else in the world but South Africa. So what do they offer to Hanumanji in India? They offer him mithai puri. That mithai puri, you don't add salt to that now, obviously. That puri, you do not fry it. You make a normal puri mixture. On a tawa, you seko it. Then you make a certain mixture with sugar or gur. And with the tongue, you take out the fried food and you dip it in that syrup and you let it dry on paper towel. It becomes a bit hardish. That they offer to Hanumanji in India. Many sweet stuffs. But remember one thing, monkeys, Hanumanji is not a monkey, but when I offer Hanumanji prasad, I don't offer him rot and panjari. And my Lord, he's everywhere around the world, they're offering him that. Or, what I offer Hanumanji, what monkeys normally eat? Bananas, grapes. I offer him a spread like you wouldn't believe. I make a puri with the panjari, I make it like a heart shape, and I put the panjari in there and make it. For me, presentation is so important. People look at me and laugh. But I take pride in my cooking, in what I offer. And when you offer that to the Lord with love and devotion, why should things be round and square? Think out of the box. Why be boring? Think out of the box. Make things exciting. Me, when I'm cooking for the Lord in the temple, I remember, I want to make sure that what is Narotamdas cooking for me today? Make for the 9 days I must make kheer for the 9 days for the mother. We have different colors for the mother for the 9 days. I make one day blue halwa puri, a blue kheer, one day red kheer, the food coloring, one day white, one day green. Make it different for the mother. The mother must like, thanks son, I'm very happy today. Think outside that box, yes, Pain. Very good question. Actually, very good question. I need to post that on Facebook actually one of the days. When you're performing a car prayer, I always say, anything that you have when you move into a house, brand new or not, you always offer that to the Supreme Lord. When Arjuna was born, on the 10th day, we are big Lord Nishingadev fans. That's major. At that time in the temple in Hilbra, which was fine to go, the Harishan temple, on the 10th day, with Ambika's Achara, with her Achara, we charawed Arjun to Lord Nishingadev's picture and placed him by Lord Nishingadev's feet. So from that day onwards, Arjun is Nishinga Prashad. Prashad doesn't mean some fruits and some sweets. Prashad means blessings from the Lord. So anything that you get, you should always offer it to the Lord. In the same way, when you have a house, you do Griha Sanskar, house entering prayer. Who do we offer the prayer to? Vishnu Bhagwan. Same thing with a car. Anything that you get, because whatever you get in this world, to show our thanks, we have to offer it back to the Supreme Lord. So who do you offer it to? Vishnu Bhagwan. But okay, I have to twist my arm there. Ma Kali and Hanumanji as well. Because Hanumanji, before I start my car, as I start my car, my ignition, Om Hanuman Anjani Sunha Vai Putra Mahabala, I chant Hanumanji's 12 names. I'm safe. Because when you chant Hanumanji's 12 names, he protects you from accidents and this and that and so forth and so forth. And then there's also a Mata Yantra you can place in your car, Durga Mata Yantra. It's actually a Vahan Yantra to protect you from accidents, but also karma as well. If you're going to drive okay, I won't mention the word now, right? I have to be a bit, I'm not talking to Priyali, I can just say slang. If you're driving like a crazy person and you make an accident, who do you blame?
Blame myself.
We can't blame Bhagwan for it now. But also karma as well. Karma is, I got asthma number one. I can get rid of my asthma through various ways. I don't want to get rid of my asthma. What if I can get rid of it, but I'll get something else? Because you've got to pay for your karma. So it's rather the devil you know. The devil you don't know. So karma is very, very, like people ask me, can you explain about karma? Karma is on 3 levels, remember. The first level, just by chanting mantra, you can get rid of the karma. The second level, you have to do fast, chanting, this, that, to get rid of the karma. The third karma you can't get rid of. If you mess with the Pakka Brahman now. Now remember, you go to India, the Brahman cursed me. Don't be worried about that. Because generally those Brahmins aren't real Brahmins. Because why they're cursing you, you shouldn't be a Brahmin. True Brahmins wouldn't curse you. You can go slap a Brahmin, a Pakka Brahmin now. They just look at you and smile and walk away. Pakka Brahmins are not, they don't get upset. That's why it's hard to get true Brahmins. If you say me, I'll just look at you and laugh because, I'm not a Brahmin now. I'm too old to get upset with you. It takes too much of energy to fight with somebody. Because after you fight with somebody, you're so exhausted. It takes so much energy to get back that energy. So I just leave you, I just look at you and like, okay, fine. So the last karma, it's very hard to get rid of it. So instead of getting your hand chopped off, you get a cut. But you got to suffer for that karma, but the karma is limited to much, much more level. So there are 3 levels of karma, remember. So yeah.
Is there anything in the scriptures that actually dictates who does the final rites?
Are females allowed to, that's one of my questions, but time was so short, I had some extra time here. Are females allowed to perform a funeral rites? The Chandogya Upanishad states that the funeral rites are performed by the one who maintains the family name and continues the family lineage, kul. Hence is the son. Now, something interesting I'm going to say. This is the main reason why traditionally it's the son, not the daughters, who have to perform the final rites. The moment when a female is born, a female child is born, the parents already know that the child won't be the child in the future, because at the Kanyadan, in the marriage ceremony, she'll be given away to a soon-to-be husband. The son only carries forward the family lineage, kul, and not the daughter. Okay, don't get upset, I'm saying, give me a little bit more. She will carry the husband family lineage. Other possible reasons for the exclusion of women, or perhaps practical reasons, the funeral rites last. I never drink. Okay, you're drunk. Go away from me before I smack you, we'll be sober. Betty, come here. Pooja, come here. Are you willing to do a prayer for your dad? Can I, Panditji? If anybody giving you this come, tell him to come and see me. And the daughter performed it with such devotion. Oh, wow. So you get my point, time, place and circumstance. So can a daughter perform the funeral? Absolutely, many times I've done that. Because the son was drunk, what do we do? But it doesn't stop a female from doing the prayer. What if there's no females? I know many times the son couldn't make it, number one. He didn't want to perform the funeral rites or the prayers, and the daughter did it. But generally the son does it, or the nephew, or somebody from the male cult does it. But remember, we're not sexist over here. We got to be practical at the same time. But a lot of families only have daughters, 2 or 3 daughters. And they told, I do not trust my nephews, they're not going to do it properly. Can my daughters do it? Absolutely. But depends on the priest that you get. I wouldn't mind, because I'm a practical priest, I'm not a fanatical priest. Right or wrong, everyone who disagrees? Answer your question? Yes, bye.
What important things or important words do you have for the youth or the kids in the audience today? What would you like to tell them?
Respect your mother and your father. Most important. Forget everything else in the world. You respect your parents, everything in this world works. Simple as that. One, Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam. You think your mom's crazy now. No, seriously, you think your mom's crazy now. But trust me, when you're a mom one day, you'll say, wow, what a good job my mom did for me. Because mothers are the foundation of every family. If a mother is pakka and strong and crazy, that's mean. Mean mothers, you don't get them much anymore. You know, it's a mean mother. A mean mother, okay, we can't really whack our children, this crazy government, right? But my mother didn't hold back. She whacked me, and this is why I'm the person I am today. Because we were instilled discipline. But if you respect your mother, everything, remember, some people pray to Krishna, a lot of people, you know, they pray to Lord Krishna, praying to Lord Krishna directly. Whoa, what about your ma? Oh no, she's a meat eater. Whoa, you think Lord Krishna is going to accept you? What I said, Mata Pita, Guru Devam. Your guru will not accept you if you disrespect your parents. I don't care your mother's crazy. I don't care your father's a drunkard. So what? They're your parents. You respect them. Right or wrong? So once you respect your parents, everything in this world opens up in your life. That's the best advice I give to all kids. Once you have the respect once you get that basic, and also remember, you 12 you said, 12, right? Arjun at 7 years old, he already knew how to cook. Because I told him, you don't need a woman or your mother or me to cook for you when you're older. It's called collective responsibility. You see dirt, they pick it up, it's not your ma's job. You wake up in the morning, you make your own bed, it's not your ma's job, it's not your maid. So it's called collective responsibility. And we teach that from a young child, then we won't have self-entitled children. It's my right to have this, like, ready now? And teach your children also charity. That's my second advice. Teach your child charity of knowledge. Be nice to other kids. Kids are normally very mean. It sounds nasty, but children are very mean generally. In schools with the bullying, it happens everywhere. Children are nasty, not all, children are nasty. So if you're a smart kid, help other kids where they are bad. If you're a kid, do charity. Come to the ashram clean. When I first started when I was very young in a temple, every Sunday I should go to the Harishna temple and mop the floor, clean. I was very happy because nobody was doing it. I know as I'm cleaning the temple every time, my heart is getting cleaned. I was a bit smart at that time. I had some brains at least. And I was always looking to serve, to clean, to massage the gurus, because I know every time I massage a guru or cook for them, my heart and my karma is getting better. Be humble in this world. When you're smart, good-looking, nice house, nice car, rich, remember, you can have it today, tomorrow you may not have it. Humility plays an important part. Answered your question, bhai? I can go on and on and on. But you respect your parents, everything in your... I always say two things in this... how much more time, Suresh bhai? 2 minutes, okay. Very briefly, somebody asked me the question and I know you're sitting here for 2 hours. One more thing I'm going to say to you. How can you be successful in your life? Don't you want to know my secret? It's not really a secret, everybody knows it pretty much. Number one, two most important prayers for the year I tell people to observe. Number one, Pittar Paksh prayers. Oh, I'm a huge... You see the food offerings on Facebook that I put. The time, the effort. I wake up 2 o'clock in the morning something to cook. And everything is slow cooked. Now I make the time. This I'm blessed. Once you pay respect to your ancestors, your pittars, everything in your path just opens. Number one, Pittar Paksh prayers. More important than Shivaratri, more important than Hanuman Jayanti. What your pittars will you be here today? We owe them everything in our life. Number one. Secondly, I'm sure most of you will do Katha Janda. Where does the Katha come from? The Katha, Lilavati, Kalavati Katha. Where does that Katha come from, everyone? Do you know which Purana? Skanda Purana. Revakhan of the Skanda Puran. What is Lord Muruga's Sanskrit name? Skanda Dev. Whoa, isn't he a Tamil god? I'm like, really now? And people think that. Really upsets me. Lord Muruga is Ganeshji's brother. Lord Ganeshji loves Lord Muruga. They are very closely knit brothers. When you disrespect Lord Muruga, Lord Ganesh just goes berserk. And remember, he is the one that removes obstacles in your life. You go criticize and be disrespectful to his brother, he puts obstacles in your life. Secondly, my thing for the year for everyone, Kavadi. I'm a huge Kavadi fan. Huge Kavadi fan. Those of you saw my... Why I post pictures on Facebook so people can see what I'm doing. Not to show off. I don't need to show off. To show our people how to do it. Why Kavadi? Do you notice South Indian businesses, generally Tamil people, Telugu people, who carry Kavadi, they're so successful in what they do. Everything just works out for them. Why? Kavadi. Simple as that. And remember, Lord Muruga, from all the deities I know, even more than Hanumanji, he is the quickest given deity for what you want. Okay, now you can't go ask for the lotto now. No, you can't give you the lotto now, within reason. On an A4 paper today, if you want to, A4 paper, dear Lord Muruga, Vanakkam, Namaste. How are you doing, Lord Muruga? Like a letter to a friend. Dear Lord Muruga, I'll carry, it's more of a bargain prayer really. But why not? Lord Muruga can't give you something if you don't ask for it. But when you read the articles and you like it, then you have a moral responsibility to share it to other people, to share knowledge. This website is just to promote Hinduism. We don't want nothing more than that. We do create issues with other societies because we're very bold and and forthright. But we tackle on articles which others didn't want to tackle because you're getting burnt. Widows, menstruation. It's controversial subject, but somebody had to do it. We put our hand up. We will write the articles, and that's why we get attacked at times. But that's how. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. You ask the most questions.
Can you explain the importance of how you are doing the 10 days fast in the past day? Or am I can't be breaking, but that's...
You're not supposed to use spices. No spices. Why do we use, when a person, for example, hypothetically, Ram Das is a father now, right? He has 2 sons and he has his wife and his children. They are living in that one house. When Ram Das died, Sita Devi now, his wife and his sons and so forth, They are very mournful in the 10 days. They're crying, consistently they're crying, they're upset. Why did God ever take away my father, Ramdas, and so forth and so forth. When they have boiled food for this 10 days, when you have boiled food, it totally calms your entire emotional feelings and so forth. So this is why when you're an angry person, generally people who consume meat and consume all this stuff are generally angry people. Because what you eat is what you really are. Okay, not all the time. I know some vegetarians are very... But anyway, generally when you eat food that's very mild and mild-based, you find them very calm. It's very not easy to get them upset. So in the 10 days, as you're eating that boiled food for the 10 days, it calms the entire emotional balance, number one, and your body down. So as the 3-4 days time, then you're not so emotional anymore. And also on the day of the cremation or the death, nobody's allowed to cook food in the house. Remember, what you cook, the vibration goes into the food. That's why we have our neighbor who's cooking for us. Why? That person is not involved in the family. Their vibration is different from what your vibration is. Remember, ladies, when you're cooking at home, if you're angry, if your husband called you and saying, why did this, why did that? Don't cook. Make sure you go and watch something nice, some Bold and Beautiful or some. Keep your mind calm. When you're nice and calmed, then go and cook. Because I remember, if you're cooking with bad vibrations, you are contributing now to the bad vibrations in the food. Whoever eats the food and buys the food, he'll get upset again. Puja will get upset again. So what you eat, this is when I'm cooking. Everybody stays away from the kitchen. It's a no-go zone. I got a sari day. Don't come. I got my mantras playing. I'm my own zone. When I'm cooking, that's why the food comes out. Wow, because of my vibration. This is why we don't use spices. No. But you can put sandaivi salt, sea salt, rough salt, not fine salt. Yeah, sandaivi salt. This is according to the Satkriya Sadidipika. There's an article, the Havishyanam, which is basically boiled vegetables and boiled rice that you have. But in South Africa, I don't know why this is, they say you mustn't use salt. But Satkriya Sadidipika mentions one of the things you can use is sandaivi salt, which is sea salt, rough salt, yeah. We done? Okay, before we all rise up and do our Kapoor Aarti, thank you for listening to me and coming today and spending over 2 hours with me. I don't go out looking to offend anybody, but if I did offend you, it wasn't my intention. I just want to promote Hinduism. Remember, from now on, if you got children, be nice, teach them from small to respect you and so forth. The website that we have is totally free. Go and visit the website if you don't know about it. Download the articles. Tell people about the website. As I said, we don't want donations and this and that. We just want to promote Hinduism. And that's been my thing from day one. And thank you for coming today. Namaste.